I fully support sword fights at weddings, and you should figure out another way to fit that in.
Welcome to a special episode of Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet. I'm Kristie.
And I'm Josh.
Today's theme is pranks.
Oh boy. What could possibly go wrong?
Now, I know we both hate a prankster, and we're almost always going to be like the prankster is the asshole. So I tried to find, it was really hard, but I tried to find some stories where it might not be the asshole.
Okay.
Or are people the asshole for how they reacted to a prank?
I know we generally don't like pranks, but that's because pranks these days are no longer like, they go over the top.
Yeah. It's no longer jump out and scare you. It's, hey, I caused property damage.
Yeah.
Which is not okay.
It's not, I stepped out from around a corner and yelled boo anymore. It's gone to like, I went into a public area and hit people with a mop.
Anyways, let's get to our first prank story. Am I the asshole for punching my stepdaughter after she played a prank on me that scared me?
Ugh, so, you shouldn't punch your stepdaughter, but I have that same fight or flight response where if you scare me too badly, I will just throw a punch and I can't help it.
And that is why I never play pranks on you. Because one time, you were sleeping and I went to give you a kiss and you woke up right as I was leaning down towards you and you punched me.
You did it threateningly.
looming ominously over you
Yeah.
to give you a kiss.
Exactly. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. That's why I don't smooch you in the morning anymore. Before I go to work.
Yeah, you do leave first.
I know the title sounds bad, but please read. I, 38 male, married Judd, 44 female, a few years ago, and I acquired a stepdaughter, Abby, 14 female, as a result.
I hope Judd is her real name. I hope that they didn't change anything for this and that
They are in parentheses. I married Judd, so I'm
No,
guessing not, but
that's-
that is a weird name to give your wife. I dated Judd when Abby was 8, met her when she was 9, and married Judd when she was 10. I'd say our relationship is okay. She doesn't act bratty towards me and respects me enough as her mom's husband. However, there's one glaring issue about her, and that is her pranking nature. Abby loves to pull pranks. Some examples are her hiding my car keys with what looks like 100 dubs in a box. I found them quickly because she failed to notice my keys have duct tape on them.
100 what in a box?
Dubs. Duplicates. I don't know.
Where did she get 100 car keys?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry, she's just such an ambitious pranker for her age.
Another one is when she hid in the fridge, something I still find very weird, to scare the first person who opened it.
I'm sorry. I was raised on PSAs in the 80s and 90s.
Don't get in the fridge.
Don't get in the damn fridge, you'll die. I know that modern fridges don't do that anymore, but these were all like, hey, if you see a fridge in like a field abandoned and it's from like the 1950s, those will just lock you in and you'll die.
Don't get in them.
Yeah, the reaction here is to tell her not to get in the damn fridge.
Well, last Wednesday I arrived home and it seemed that I was the only one there. Only my shoes were by the doorstep, and I even called out Judd's and Abby's names with no answer. This is somewhat normal, as Judd sometimes works late and Abby stays at school for extracurriculars. So I screwed around with my dog, a German Shepherd Husky mix for anyone that will ask, for a bit, and then decided to relieve myself. When I got to the bathroom, I noticed that the window cabinet was open. I thought nothing of it at first and unzipped my pants, but then I saw a shadow behind the shower curtains. I thought the worst and immediately punched the figure behind the curtains. Well, as everyone may have guessed it from the title, it was Abby.
Abby, you gotta go a little earlier. You don't want to see your stepdad peeing.
Yeah, right? She was making a prank video, and I had not noticed that she propped her phone up on the bathroom cabinet with 2 cups. Don't film people in the bathroom! I do not like that. That's weird. Abby went wrong several places here.
Yeah, Abby's, I don't know what to say about it. Abby, come on.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not hold back. I punched her as hard as I could. Her nose looked broken, and when I realized, I flipped out, and so did she. After maybe 5 minutes of freaking out, I drove her to urgent care and informed Judd of the situation. Her nose was indeed broken and would need 6 to 12 weeks of recovery. Abby won't talk to me, and as for Judd, she thinks that my action may have been justified, but also thinks I should have approached with more caution, which she has refused to elaborate on. So, am I the asshole?
Okay, you're not the asshole for the punch. That's a reflex. I get it to a certain extent. You are, yeah, somebody's creeping up on you when you're at your most vulnerable, and it's some people just have that fight or flight, and they choose fight every time. But did you apologize to Abby? There's no point where he said, like, I told Abby I was sorry.
I don't know, yeah. But Abby, I think, kind of had it coming. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's exactly it. But you spooked him and he threw the punch. It depends entirely on what he did after he threw the punch.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they both panicked for a little bit.
Yeah, and then he took her to urgent care.
But was he mad at Abby? Was he apologetic to Abby? Like,
I still think my initial reaction would be to be mad at Abby. Even if I punched her and hurt her, I'd be like, why would you do that?
Well, yeah, but there's, like, apologetic mad.
Yeah.
And then there's mad. Mm-hmm. And, like, I think it comes down entirely to the part that he left out.
Yeah.
But no, for the information provided, you're not the asshole.
One, don't pull pranks on people in the bathroom. Like, filming people in the bathroom is not cool.
Yeah, it sounds like she was just going to let it run for him pulling out his junk.
Yeah, and yeah, she needed to step out before he unzipped his pants.
Yeah.
So, top comment, NTA, get a copy of the video. If Abby starts bitching to people about how her stepdad broke her nose, you are looking at jail time. Get and keep a copy of the evidence that she startled you while you were peeing. You need to sit Judd and Abby down and have a serious conversation. Filming without consent while someone is in the bathroom is a massive invasion of privacy and illegal in many places.
Yeah.
While you are in the bathroom, you feel vulnerable while having your pants down / genitals out. Those feelings increase the fight or flight part of your brain, so you reacted on instinct. But please include to Abby that you love her and never meant to hurt her. So yeah, I do think he needs to apologize to Abby, but Abby needs to apologize to him too. If she did that in school, either in a restroom or in the locker room, she would have been expelled. Her mother needs to understand that one day Abby will go too far, if this wasn't already a massive example, and find herself out of a school, a job, or a relationship.
Yeah, this is definitely, I think Abby, it's asshole behavior to be doing pranks to this extent.
Yeah.
There needs to be limits. Was it for a YouTube channel, did they say?
She just,
She's doing a prank video.
Yeah, she's making a prank video. Didn't say what for.
I assume social media.
Yeah, obviously, but... Don't put your stepdad peeing on social media. That's
right. Well, I guess the prank was to jump out and yell boo while he was mid-pee.
I don't know.
It feels extreme. And don't get in fridges. I'm still mad about that.
If I saw a human-like shape behind the curtain while I was in the bathroom getting ready to pee, I would punch it.
I absolutely would.
Automatically assume intruder.
Yep.
You know.
That's every horror movie.
Uh-huh.
The psycho is inside the shower instead of outside of it.
Yeah. So we're going not the asshole, but they both need to apologize to each other.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to do a prank the bride is asking me to do during her wedding ceremony?
I'm gonna say no. Unless she's asking you to do a prank on her for some sort of video, but I'm betting it's a prank on the groom. And why are you trying to make your wedding into a joke?
I, 23 male, am one of the groomsmen for my best friend's 35 male wedding. His fiancée, 33 female, is a known jokester and likes pulling pranks that doesn't affect anyone beyond making us laugh. Stupid funny things like this that she'd go out of her way to do to make us laugh. It's never anything harmful, and the farthest she's ever gone was accidentally destroying the groom's shitty Toshiba laptop and surprise him with a brand new modern Alienware one that he had been saving for 2 years for. She backed up everything and only destroyed the screen so things could still be salvaged just in case.
Okay.
I was
gonna say it doesn't matter how shitty that laptop is. There's the valuable stuff is inside of it.
Yeah. So sounds like she did that prank well.
Yeah.
Backed everything up, only destroyed the screen just in case, but and then pulled out the surprise nice laptop computer present.
Yeah.
So
that's a dangerous one though.
Yeah.
There's so much that can go wrong.
Pretty sweet stuff, honestly. My friend is a bit more of the serious logician type, so she balances him out a lot. He finds her antics pretty amusing too, probably a driving factor in their relationship. Sorry for all this preamble, I'll get to the point. So neither of them really care for the ceremony aspect of the wedding. They're going to get a courthouse wedding and save the money for a nice reception with only close friends and family. There's going to be 3 witnesses, me, the best man, and the maid of honor. And the wedding will have at most 4 to 5 more friends and some of the groom's family. The bride was all for this as she can get really anxious in big events like this. but she still feels like it's not something to really write home about. So she wanted to pull a pretty notable prank by having a dramatic objection or something during the ceremony. Since I'll be the only single one there, she wants me to do the objection thing, seem like I'm going for her, and then, plot twist, vie for the groom.
Okay.
Then she wants us to do a sword fight for his hand. I wish I was joking, but she and the groom actually have a sizable sword collection, and she said she'd get her maid of honor to sneak 2 of the smaller ones.
Okay, no, stop. You can't bring swords into a damn courthouse.
Right?
They don't even let you bring your cell phones in there. How are you going to sneak swords in? There's metal detectors at all of them.
The maid of honor, who was there while the bride was talking to me, interjected and said it was a stupid idea.
You're going to get arrested.
If you don't get shot, there's like armed security guards there, aren't there?
Yeah, I don't think a courthouse wedding is the type of like, I'm going to have a fun ceremony. It's like, hey, we're going to get married and I guess we'll have like a reception or a party later, and that's where the fun happens. This is a legal document.
Yeah, you need to do the prank during the reception.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. The maid of honor, who was there while the bride was talking to me, interjected and said that it was a stupid idea. Relief. She'd get fake swords, since there would be issues in smuggling actual weapons. Plus, she'd run it by the officiant and whoever else she'd have to at the courthouse to make sure not too much of a commotion was created. Stress.
I don't think she can manage that.
I admittedly am a bit of a doormat and didn't outright say no at first, and I was hoping the maid of honor would say something. Then I realized I needed to pull my big boy pants up and say no. Which I did. Yay! They weren't happy, and not in an angry way, but in a way that made me feel immediately guilty. Not yay. I stupidly offered to think of a different joke to pull. They've added me into a group chat where I've constantly tried reiterating how I didn't feel comfortable with the pranks, and they tried to reassure me, trying to get me to reconsider. The maid of honor is calling me an asshole for not following the bride's wishes, as are one other mutual friend who the bride talked to about this. It's getting harder and harder to stick to my no. So, am I the asshole?
You're not the asshole, but I will say, I'm actually okay with you like doing a fake sword fight skit during the wedding if it wasn't in a courthouse.
Right? Yeah, I'm like at the courthouse. This is like, they get you in and out of there pretty fast too. This isn't like a really long ceremony or anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a much of a, they try to make it nice for you, but not like anything too fancy.
This is just for like official purposes to get you in there and get you married and sign the legal documents.
Yeah, it's like maybe something went wrong at your wedding. You know, there's 100 reasons why you need to get married at a courthouse. No, you're not the asshole. Don't screw around in a courthouse of all places.
Yeah, I was like, weapons in a courthouse, even if like everybody's on board with it and whatever, if you could get the officiant on board with it, which I highly doubt.
You cannot.
What if like a random security guard is walking past and sees people sword fighting in the courtroom and they like come in guns out, you know? I don't think there's a way you can make sure absolutely 100% this goes smoothly.
No, do a prank at your fun reception after. It's almost like you're taking a part of the wedding that no one likes. Does anyone object? Most people cut that out these days.
Yeah, that's not even in there most days.
Yeah. So if you're going to have it in, you can do the little, make it a skit, make it something fun. That's cool. I like that, but not in the way she was planning. She just needs to move it into a different section.
Also, I have no idea if this is true, but I've heard on the internet from other stories of, does anyone object? If someone objects, they can no longer legally go on with the wedding that day.
That's not true. I've never heard that.
I was like, I don't know what, like I said, no idea if it's true or not, or if that's like in some specific country or whatever.
I mean, I've seen videos where they make a little skit out of the does anyone object before.
Okay.
I can't see how some rando objecting could derail your whole wedding. That's impossible. Maybe not, maybe in a different country.
Yeah.
Not in the US.
Okay.
I am 100, I am willing to say with complete certainty that's not true.
Top comment, NTA, this is a weird thing to do and you are not comfortable with it. Even if your friend is normally okay with his bride's pranks, nothing guarantees he'll appreciate it on his wedding day. Better safe than sorry. She'll have a lifetime with him making pranks anyways. It's like, you don't need to do it on your wedding day, right? Next comment, she'd run it by the officiant. Thank goodness, because they will say no fucking way.
Right? You don't even have to be the bad guy. Just be like, hey, go get a permission from the courthouse before I have to do this.
If someone makes an objection, even as a joke, the officiant will stop the ceremony. She might end the day unmarried.
Is this a courthouse wedding thing?
I don't know. So relax, this is a problem that will go away the moment she speaks to the courthouse. Okay, someone else did the research for us. Okay, I double-checked. If this is in England, for example, the officiant will take the objector to one side and ask if there is a legal impediment to the marriage, not just emotional.
Okay.
And if not, then they can continue. So it's not as final as I thought, even if it's disgustingly disrespectful to the court.
Okay. Yeah, I could see them taking it aside and being like, hey, is there a legal reason? Or are you just being awful? But yeah, you're not the asshole. But I fully support sword fights at weddings, and you should figure out another way to fit that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the party after, not during the courthouse. Possibly during the best man speech.
Okay, the next one is juicy.
Juicy?
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because of a caught cheating prank?
Ooh. I'm gonna say no, you're not the asshole. You can break up for any reason you want. That's as solid as I'm gonna get with this one until you give me more info.
I do feel like cheating is something you don't joke about.
You do not.
I, 26 male, broke up with my girlfriend, 25 female, of 2 years because of something that happened recently, and now my friends are saying I massively overreacted. So, a few days ago, my girlfriend and a close mutual friend decided to play a prank on me. The prank was that they filmed a scenario where I caught them in bed together, pretending they were hooking up. They set up a hidden camera in the bedroom, and when I walked in, I saw him in just boxers and my girlfriend in a bra and panties straddling him, acting like they were mid-hookup.
Okay, what the hell is that? Oh, don't go that far for it.
To make it more realistic, they even made some noises and tried to act like it was happening for real.
Was it happening for real? Were they just filming a sex video? And they're like, it was just a prank, bro?
Right? I was like, this sounds like a terrible idea all around.
I'm hoping at some point he'll get to see footage where they're like, no, look, it was a prank, and they're not just telling him there was a video, because it kind of sounds like they're just having sex.
I was shocked, furious, and immediately confronted them as I thought it was real at first, like an actual betrayal.
Uh-huh.
And then I walked out of the room and started leaving the house when they followed me, screaming it was just a prank, and then showed me the video they'd been recording.
Okay.
Still not sure if it was...
Still sounds like they were making a sex tape to me.
To be honest, I felt completely betrayed, not just by the idea of the prank, but also because of how they had gotten undressed to film it. I know it's meant to be funny to some people, but for me, it felt disrespectful, and I was hurt. The whole thing felt like a violation of trust, even though I know they weren't actually cheating. So, I told her I couldn't be in a relationship with someone who would do something like that, and I ended things right there. She's devastated, and our friends have been telling me I overreacted. They think it was just a harmless prank, and I should have taken it better. But I can't shake the feeling that it crossed a line for me, especially with how intimate and uncomfortable it felt to see them in that situation, even if it wasn't real.
I feel like they took it way too far.
Now I'm left wondering if I made the right decision. I'm starting to doubt myself because everyone else seems to think I blew it out of proportion. So, am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. I feel like it's entirely up to you, though. Like, if you want her back, let her come back, but I don't know, it was definitely a betrayal. Put some ground rules down.
It just makes me wonder if they got undressed and she was straddling him and, like, did they actually kind of want... I think they're attracted to each other.
There's something weird about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you getting that undressed for a prank?
Yeah, I do not like it, and she took it way too far.
Uh-huh. It's, once again, where are you going to put that video when you're that undressed?
Yeah, good point.
What are you doing with the video? I don't know, there's just some things you don't joke about, I guess. The fake cheating just seems like a bad idea, right?
So 2 adults who are comfortable enough being in their underwear together and assuming a sex position think you are overreacting. Okay, edit. I did not expect this many responses. Thank you guys. She posted here earlier and sent me a link to her post. I know she wants me to watch the video to prove it was all set up and planned, but I feel she still doesn't get that I am upset about her disregard and disrespect for me in our relationship. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for the night.
Okay, do you have her post?
I don't! Let me go find it real quick. I have another update from him, but, Okay, I have it.
Oh, okay.
Here is the girlfriend's post. I think my boyfriend is overreacting for breaking up with me over my caught cheating prank. Am I the asshole? My boyfriend posted here a few hours ago and shared a link with me to show me what people thought about what I did and that he is not overreacting. I thought I'd come on here and give my version of events for a more nuanced take.
Okay.
I planned the cheating prank with our close mutual friend several days ago. We were hanging out and scrolling through TikTok videos and came across prank shorts between couples. We went down the rabbit hole and ended up watching YouTube videos of cheating pranks, and I mentioned it would be funny to try a cheating prank on my boyfriend to find out what his reaction would be. What do you think his reaction would be?
Does she not know that a lot of YouTube videos are
Fake.
Does she not know that they're fake?
He said he would do one with me, and I agreed because it was someone my boyfriend liked and trusted, so I thought it would be harmless. It started out as a hypothetical plan, but over the course of the conversation and while hashing out details, it turned into a real plan, and we agreed to the day we would do it, when my boyfriend would be out and come back home to find us together.
Is this going to culminate in their mutual friend is in love with her?
I don't know, but right? I feel like, that's why I say I feel like these two have feelings for each other.
Or one of them does?
Yeah.
I'm suspicious of that mutual friend.
You wouldn't want to get naked, well, almost naked, with someone that you weren't kind of into, right?
Yeah, right.
We set up the camera and filmed ourselves talking about the prank and set it up on top of the dresser in the bedroom and got into position. We were laughing throughout it, and it is all on the video. To make it believable, I told him to take off his shirt, and he said I should probably do the same, so we did. Then he thought it would be even more believable and provide that shock factor if we also took off our pants. In hindsight, this was a terrible idea, but I agreed to it.
Yeah,
okay. So the male partner in crime here has a crush on her.
We should get more naked. That would make it so much funnier.
You know how the rest of the story went from his post, but what he didn't mention is that he refused to watch the video I recorded showing him that it was a planned prank, that we only took our clothes off and got into sex position when we knew he was home. I understand that this prank was extra and hurtful to him, and for that I am sorry, but I am not cheating on him and I did not mean to disrespect our relationship. I think him breaking up with me is a massive overreaction because other than this incident, which I now massively regret, our relationship was great. We shared 2 wonderful years together and moved in together over the summer. I plan on deleting the video and won't be sharing it on social media, but I will share it with him first for proof of my intentions. That's the end of her post. I don't feel like it makes it any better.
No, you didn't make it any better. I'm not even going to call you an asshole. You're just dumb as hell. You obviously did not know how your boyfriend would react to this. You didn't understand that you could have just faked, if you wanted to make I'm so mad. I'm so mad at you.
Okay, update from the boyfriend.
Yeah, let's just do that. I don't have words right now.
Update. My ex-girlfriend was really upset with all the hate she received online and blamed me for painting her in a bad light. I told her I did no such thing. She just didn't like that she got called out on her behavior. The mutual friend who was part of the prank is now also pissed off at me, saying I went way overboard. Oh, he went way overboard?
Yeah, you should take off your pants.
I told them both to fuck off and have blocked their numbers. Our friends have since started taking this more seriously after reading some of the comments on here, with a few taking my side and saying that my girlfriend and the friend did was horrible. Others still think that this was all unnecessary and I should have just laughed it off and moved on.
At best, it's a middle ground thing, right? Like, it's not something you laugh off and move on, and it depends a lot on your feelings for this girl, right? Like, if you can decide that, like, I still love her even after she hurt me like this, you can move on. But
I don't know if I could be with someone who thought that this was funny.
Well, you gotta explain, you gotta have a discussion, right? And
Yeah.
Be like, I didn't think it was funny, and, like, you really hurt me, and I feel like I still love you, but it's gonna take me time to move past this. Like, there's a middle ground where you can say that, right? But I hate the prank.
Yeah. Let's prank my boyfriend by staging the most traumatic and deep betrayal of relationship that is possible. It's going to be hilarious!
I'd rather you ran at me with a knife.
Yeah, no. Feel no remorse in cutting both of them loose from your life. NTA. Also, I mean, Maybe I'm being conspiracy theorist, but some of the people like to film themselves banging. It could be that you caught them at the start of the act and they're just quick thinkers, as much as it's a prank can be considered quick thinking.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying, it's not them just filming sex, because they're going to be giggling and stuff in the video, like she said.
Yeah, she said they talked about the prank in the video while setting it up, know, so that is still like a traumatic thing to do for your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's about the most traumatic thing you could have picked. I wasn't kidding. I think most guys would rather you did a prank where you ran at them with a knife. Or stage your own murder. Girlfriend's the asshole. I just feel like if you went straight to breaking up, was everything okay in the relationship up to that point?
Yeah, I don't
know. It's hard to say. It's up to him. That's the thing. It's up to him if he wants to break up with her. And she's dumb. I'm sorry. That was really dumb.
Am I the asshole for defending my husband after a prank went horribly wrong?
No, you're not the asshole. You should defend your spouse.
My husband, Jaden, 26, loves jokes and pranks and stuff. I'll admit I'm not one for them and find most of them dumb, but our daughter, Lucy, 5, loves them. They basically do a bunch of stupid pranks to each other, and to be fair, Jaden does keep it harmless. Last month we got some realistic-looking spider toys with other decorations. Since we got them, Jaden and Lucy have basically taken turns putting them around the house to scare each other, or me. I honestly find it annoying, but the two of them love it. Lucy does usually get scared, but when she realizes what it is, she laughs and finds it funny. Or tells her dad off. It's actually adorable when she tells him off, though. And Jaden always pretends he is scared, even when she gives it away beforehand by giggling and watching him.
Right.
So about 2 weeks ago, Jaden set it to fall on her when she opened her toy box in the playroom. Lucy didn't open it, and apparently he forgot it. Later that week, we had my family over, including my brother, Leon, and my nieces, Tara 3 and Zoe 6. Zoe was badly bitten by a spider when she was younger, even had to go to the hospital. Since then, she is deathly afraid of them. I would go as far as to call it a phobia.
I don't know how close your family is, but maybe don't buy realistic fake spiders if your niece is that scared of spiders.
Good point, right? Like with how often our families get together with each other and stuff, that's a bad idea. But if you don't see them very often, it might not cross your mind.
It might not cross your mind, but if you're like super close, and don't do that. Also, if you're maybe they're like in Australia where this is just a bad idea.
The kids went to play and the spiders fell on them. Zoe completely freaked out and just melted down. We came down and saw what happened. Jaden did apologize and try to cheer her up, but Leon was furious. He basically accused us of doing it on purpose, that we should know better, and just called us assholes. We did apologize and explained that it wasn't meant for Zoe, but my brother did not listen to him at all. Leon left early with my sister-in-law and nieces, and the whole night was kind of ruined. I've tried to talk to him after, but Leon is still pretty pissed with us. It's been a week, and he's still acting like we tried to murder Zoe. I've tried explaining again that it was an accident and mistake, but he basically thinks it's too convenient a mistake, and if it is, that Jaden is still an asshole for being so immature and I'm an asshole for defending him. So now he basically refuses to see us unless Jaden is banned, which is ridiculous. I do feel bad that it went so wrong, and I understand that it was a horrible mistake, but it wasn't meant to happen. It was meant to be for Lucy, who likes these stupid pranks. I think Leon's overreacting, and he thinks I just don't really care about my niece. Am I the asshole?
I don't think you're the asshole. I think brother had the right to be mad at you, but he might be taking it a little far.
Yeah, banning her husband from all future gatherings is a bit far.
It's clearly a fake spider. Like, I don't like a prank like that, but it does sound like she got caught in the crossfire, and you have to a certain extent, accept that you're the explanation that, like, hey, sorry, we didn't mean for that to happen. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the asshole. I don't think your husband or your daughter are the assholes. I think it's just brother's overreacting quite a bit here.
Yeah. NTA, you've apologized and explained what happened. If he still wants to be mad, then leave him to it.
Yeah, maybe give him some more time to cool down.
NTA, your husband and daughter do these silly little japes as a bonding thing. And really, hiding a toy spider is so tame in comparison to what I expected when I saw the prank title.
Absolutely, that's the thing.
Yeah, this is the harmless kind of prank that I don't mind.
Right?
Not, the property destruction or physical harm kind.
Yeah, you opened a door and there was a spider sitting there and you go, ooh!
It's unfortunate the niece happened upon it, but stuff like that happens, and her dad is definitely overreacting. He doesn't get to dictate your family dynamic, and he doesn't get to push such ultimatums on your family either.
That's the big thing, is like such an ultimatum over a fake spider is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not on a first offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, banning your husband from all future gatherings is a big overreaction, I feel, and it's unfortunate the niece happened upon the spider, but I mean, what happens if she finds a spider in real life, like a real spider?
Sounds like she freaks out.
Yeah.
That's maybe something to work on.
Oh, she's 6, so
That's a good time to work on
Yeah.
it. Once again, though, I will say, it depends a lot. Yeah, I kind of want to know what country they live in.
Yeah, is this Australia where the spiders are all poisonous?
Yeah.
Or venomous? Sorry, not poisonous, venomous. Oh my gosh, that's my pet peeve. Is this a country where the spiders are going to kill you or not?
What kids show was it where they had that episode banned in Australia because they were teaching kids that spiders are friends, and in Australia spiders are not friends?
I don't know, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but they're like, you should be friends with spiders, and in Australia they're just like, no, we're not showing that to kids.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for ruining my sister-in-law's birthday dinner because she encouraged her kids to pull a prank?
So I assume just from that title that the kids pulled a prank and you ruined the birthday dinner because of how you reacted to the prank. I'm going to say no for now, but we'll see how tame of a prank it was.
My husband and I, 38 female, went to my sister-in-law's house for her birthday. It's quite a long drive, and so we drove up the day before and stayed overnight in their spare room. The birthday meal was going to be midday. So she has 2 kids, aged 4 and 7. Husband and I went in separate cars as we were coming from different workplaces to get there. I'm very short-sighted and literally can't see 1 foot in front of my face without my glasses. Every night, I take them off and put them on the nightstand right where I know I can reach them in the morning. Now, apparently, sister-in-law thought it would be a funny prank to get her kids to sneak into the room. I sleep with earplugs in because husband is a loud snorer, and take and hide my glasses. In the morning of her birthday, I couldn't find my glasses on the nightstand. I had to ask husband to help in case they had fallen off and under the bed or something. But we couldn't find them anywhere. I was really distraught because, as I said, I'm literally almost non-functional without them.
That's me. I have woken up and been like, Kristie, I cannot find my glasses. I think the cat kicked them on the floor or something. Can you crawl around and find them?
And my eyesight is even worse than yours without my glasses. I think you're a -6 or something. I'm a -8 and 8.5.
Right.
So, husband helped me down to breakfast, and I explained that I wouldn't be able to take part in the meal midday nearby restaurant, and I couldn't drive myself home. I was really upset. They are also expensive glasses because I had to have the lenses thinned, etc. So about 600 pounds. They're in Europe, or in the UK, I guess.
I was like, I don't know what that is in dollars, but yeah, the
like
glasses,
$700 or $800.
Glasses are expensive. Yeah. I mean, mine cost around that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, insurance cuts out some of it, but not all of it.
Sister-in-law let this go on until they were literally about to go for her birthday lunch. I'd not been able to do much at all up until this point because I can't see. Then she jokingly said to her kids, "Okay, that's enough, I think. Go get them." And the kids ran off to fetch my glasses from where they'd hidden them. She said not to blame them at all. I don't-ish. And it was her idea and just a bit of harmless fun. I put my glasses on, got in my car, said nothing at all, and just drove home. My husband is on my side and has apologized on sister-in-law's behalf, saying that she thought I would see the funny side. He is very apologetic and offered to skip her birthday meal as well and come home. But he is being apologetic, not her.
Right.
I've had nothing from sister-in-law except an angry WhatsApp message to the group, not directly to me, but to the family group, saying that her birthday had been ruined because someone couldn't take a joke. Apparently, after I left, she had a meltdown about how the day was ruined because I drove off and the kids were upset. It's genuinely distressing for me to not be able to see, but I see how she might have thought this would be funny to get the kids to do. Am I the asshole?
It's so distressing when you lose your glasses.
Yeah, and like, okay, it's a funny prank if she let this go on for like 10 minutes and they're searching the room and can't find her glasses. They let this go on for like 5 hours.
I know. And you're sitting there probably being like, I just don't have a spare $500, 600 pounds right now.
Uh-huh.
They're not cheap.
Also, what do you do for those 5 hours? You can't do anything. Like
nothing.
I can't even look at my phone because my phone has to be this close.
Yeah, I can look at my phone up here, and then I could turn on the camera, and then I could use it like a cyborg and try and see things.
My phone has to be so close to my face to be able to like read on my phone that I can only use one eye. Because if I use both eyes, it's like double vision-y because it's so close. I just can't do it. It's got to be one eye. Like, I close this eye and look at my phone with this eye, like this close. And it's like you are so non-functional without glasses.
You're crippled.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst feeling.
Also, if I go for a long time, like trying to live my life without glasses or contact lenses, I get a headache. Like, it makes my head hurt so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this seems like they let it go on way too long.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't steal somebody's. It's like you stole someone's wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's not a little thing, especially when it's that bad. Like, don't hide glasses. I'm the wrong audience. I'm obviously going to be on the glasses person's side.
Reddit says NTA, everybody. And a lot of people seem to think this is a case of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh, yeah.
She's upset that her prank didn't go right and you ruined her birthday by just leaving.
Was she just sitting there smugly for hours?
Right?
To watching you suffer and stress and, like, maybe make a doctor's appointment to get new glasses?
And never apologized. Not once.
That's insane.
I would have been hard-pressed to remain civil after someone watched me visibly and obviously struggle for 5 hours when they could have quickly fixed it. Not to mention your sister-in-law having the audacity to get butthurt when you didn't appreciate it and try to claim it was a joke.
Yeah, you're just sitting there being mad and not looking at anything and trying to think to yourself, like, well, how am I going to rotate my car back home?
Everyone thinks that this is a very cruel joke, and someone else said, yeah, it's a medical device, no different than like a prosthetic arm.
Yeah.
Would she think it's funny to steal someone's prosthetic arm?
At least they still have one arm.
Yeah.
You got no eyes left. Sister-in-law is Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, so not a funny prank at all. I don't think you overreacted. Sister-in-law seems kind of toxic, and I might go low contact with her.
Uh-huh. Yeah, if she can't even apologize, right? Shame. Shame on your sister-in-law.
Am I the asshole for taking my brother-in-law to small claims court for a prank?
Probably not.
I recently took my brother-in-law to small claims court over a prank he pulled on me, and now my wife and her family are furious. I need to know if I'm in the wrong here.
Okay, you should have talked with wife before you did it. You two need to be on the same team.
That is a good point. A few months ago, we were at a family barbecue. I had a few too many beers and fell asleep in a hammock with my shirt off. My brother-in-law, who was completely sober, thought it would be hilarious to fill my belly button with super glue.
What? What a crazy-ass prank. There's so many things you could have done before you went to super glue in the belly button. You could have just taken sunscreen and wrote a word on his chest. You could have put his hand in warm water. You could have done anything other than...
The classic whipped cream or shaving cream in the hand and then tickle his nose?
Yeah! There's so many options before you just physically harm someone while they're passed out drunk. I was passed out drunk, and my brother-in-law punched me in the face, and he then said, "It's just a prank, bro."
At some point, I must have touched it, because when I woke up, I had glue partially dried in my belly button and on my finger.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to remove it, but it was stuck. The glue had adhered to my skin, and when we attempted to peel it off, it caused some tearing around the edges. Unfortunately, my job's insurance has a $1,000 ER copay, but I had no choice. I had to go to the ER. They used a solvent and an ointment to remove the glue, and after everything, I was left with a medical bill of $2,253. I asked my brother-in-law to cover the cost since he caused the situation. He refused. After trying to resolve it privately, I took him to small claims court, and I won. However, he still hasn't paid. This has caused a major rift in my family. My wife is upset and her family thinks I overreacted. So, am I the asshole for taking him to court over this?
You're the asshole for not talking with your wife about it first. No, you're not the asshole. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's something that you should be able to go to small claims court about. I don't know what to say about it. Your brother-in-law did something wrong, and he played a dumb game, and he won a dumb prize, which is a $2,000 bill. I just don't know why did you not discuss this with your wife at all?
Edit, more info, and update.
Okay.
The reason my wife was upset is because her brother was going through a divorce and between jobs.
Oh, no. I have dealt with guys who are going through a divorce and are assholes to everyone, and you're still an asshole. That doesn't excuse your behavior. Everybody goes through crap.
Just because you're going through a divorce doesn't mean you don't need to be a decent human being.
Yeah, you have to understand that other people that is not their fault, and you don't be like that. Worst person I've ever worked with, and all they told me after I was like, he's such a bastard, and they're like, well, he's going through a divorce. I'm like, that's not my problem.
Okay, everyone knew he did it. He even admitted it. He blames his ADHD. That's dumb.
That's just, yeah, okay.
You can't blame everything on your ADHD.
No, you have to have common sense.
I don't want to garnish his pay. The reason I didn't try more to clean the glue off of me was because I have scars in my navel from gallbladder surgery about 3 years ago. My mother-in-law has offered to pay the bill, but she is on a fixed income, and I would feel like an ass for taking her money.
How does gallbladder surgery work?
Okay, that was one of those laparoscopic surgeries. They go in through your belly button.
Do they?
Yes, they just make a very small incision and insert tubes through your belly button and do everything through there.
Huh.
So,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. They might do like one other incision like next to it or something.
I didn't know.
There's some surgeries where they do one through the belly button and then two teeny tiny incisions next to it.
I imagine that makes sense because who cares if you have a scar in your belly button?
Yeah. So, but that's how they do the laparoscopic surgeries where they go in and they don't need to make any big incisions.
Oh, interesting.
So, my mother-in-law has offered to pay the bill, but she is on a fixed income and I would feel like an ass for taking her money. Of course, I'm the villain and only my sister-in-law is on speaking terms with me. My wife is only barely on my side. It was her that took me to the ER, not thinking it would cost that much. I figure blood is thicker than water. I didn't expect this thread to blow up. So that's the end.
Even if you're stuck on using superglue, which was not a play on words, there's every other place is not every other place. There's a lot of better places to put superglue on someone's sleeping body. The places where, like, if you glue two fingers together, you could just buy over-the-counter solvent.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's in a crevice...
Yeah, with the scar already there, yeah. You don't want to put solvent in that, without professional help.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
NTA, I can't believe your wife isn't with you on this. Pranks shouldn't involve the ER.
Right, if once the prank involves the ER, you obviously are the asshole.
NTA, drizzling sunscreen in the shape of a dick is a prank. Supergluing your belly button is assault.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even get drunk and pass out around your family.
Yeah, everyone is saying he's NTA, but they all think his wife is the asshole for not being on his side, and his brother-in-law is extremely the asshole because that's not a prank.
Yeah, that's not a prank.
NTA, you should both go on Judge Judy. I'll pop the popcorn.
There you go.
All right, pranksters, thanks for joining us for this special episode of Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet.
If that stressed you out as much as it did me, give us a follow. I don't know why you would, though, because you'll have to listen to more stories like this. Was that bad?
No, that's good. See you next time. Bye.
Later. It's just a prank, bro.